Hello Natural Beauties, welcome to my channel. My name is Nat and today we're going to go over the numbers and the results of my palette challenge collaboration with Beth and Dede for April 2021. So we came up with this as a way to challenge ourselves to not only use or increase the use of our eyeshadow and face palettes, but also to encourage us to keep from buying so much makeup. So the more palettes we use, the more numbers we get, and the more purchases we make, we lose numbers. Now, I have been really strict with my no buy. I haven't purchased anything yet. I am super tempted. I have been putting money aside, but I did have something come up this past month where I had to reallocate my makeup money to something else. So now budget for makeup is back down to zero. So I probably won't purchase anything for the next month or so, but I am very tempted. So all of that to say, I won't be losing any points this month, but let's go ahead and get started with what I used. We're going to start with the palettes that I scored multiple points with. So the first one that we have here is our Natasha Denona blush palette. This is in my Partners in Cream Project Pan, and I scored 2 points on this blush right here, and I'm really trying to hit pan on that one. Now I also scored another 2 points on Too Faced's Boudoir Eyes. This was my eyeshadow palette Rougelet for April. I drew this randomly, and I was able to use this a lot because I could use this as like a banana setting powder, a brightening agent. I could use this in my brows, and then I had all these kind of smoky add depth kind of colors. So this was a really easy palette to kind of mix in with any other palette that I was using. So I scored 2 points on that one. The next one I scored 2 points on is my ColourPop The Child palette, and this is in my Man's Pan Project Pan, but I think that you can see some use in these top three, and these two right here are in my Project Pan. I did lose or drop that one, and then I used this one quite a bit, also this one and this one. So hopefully y'all can see some movement in that. We're going to continue to use this because my goal is to use it 25 times, well, those two shadows 25 times, and for this one I scored 2 points. Now this is the Kat Von D Fetish palette, and I also have this in my Man's Pan Project Pan, specifically this one here. I want you to get a good look because I think that I have a little bit of use, like there's a little bit of movement in there. Now honestly, I didn't use this at all. I did use this one. I really like this one, and because this one is so fair and light on my skin, I've been using this a lot towards the back part of my skin, and even a little bit as like a bronzer to add this cool lavender glow to my face, and I really like it, and it's just been really fun to play with, something different, you know. And on that one I scored, where is it? On that one I scored 3 points, y'all. Now the next one is my Nomad Cosmetics palette. This is their Tokyo palette, and I used the crap out of this, y'all. I almost scored 3 points on this, but ultimately I was 2 uses short, but I really like this. These glitters are so incredibly pretty. They don't fall out or make a huge mess, and they don't necessarily come across the way that they look in the pan, but they are absolutely gorgeous. And I scored, where's that? What is that? That's Nomad Cosmetics. Oh, I scored 2 points on that one. Close to 3 points. There you go. And then this is my LA Colors, and I scored 8 points on this bad boy. I did expand pan and a highlighter, this one right here, and I thought that I was going to hit pan on like these over here, but ultimately I didn't. But you can kind of see some nice little like rings and circles in there, and I really enjoy, particularly with the bronzers, to just kind of mix them together. And then this darker one I would use like as my double chin concealer bronzer. contour. There you go. And so on that one, I scored 8 points. So now we're going to move on to palettes that I scored 1 point on, and then we will round up and finish this video. So another April palette. This is my Maxilina Quintanilla, and I scored 1 point on this one, very close to scoring 2 points on this one, but ultimately I was 1 usage short. And I was surprised because if I had any sense at all, I would have continued to use this like for my eyebrows and right under my brow. You know, I would have worked them in more, but I was just kind of messing with everything else. But I love the use that I got out of everything. Now, this is my Ophir Cosmetics palette. I scored 1 point on this one, and there it is right there. Pretty much, you know, still brand new, but I love Ophir shadows, y'all. And then 1 point on my Deca Scarlet, and it is this blush right here. And one of my combinations that helped me score a point on this one and the Kat Von D Fetish palette was using this right on the apples of my cheeks, and then using that lavender blush, this one, towards the back part. So I used those two together quite a bit, and I thought that they were a great combination. So that was 1 point. And then our last one is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour Kit, and I scored 1 point on this one. So also 1 point here. Not a lot of movement. This isn't a project pan, but ultimately, y'all, we scored 25 points. I think that it was this big old daddy right here that really kind of did it for me. And also, I got put on an education committee at work, so we're doing Zoom meetings at least twice a week. So Zoom meeting means that I need to put makeup on, so I have been using a whole bunch of makeup. I've been loving it, but you know, those are my numbers. A 25. Come and get it, girls. We'll see what they have and what purchases they may have made. Now, if we buy for other people, that doesn't count against us, or if we run out of something and we go buy that, that doesn't count against us either. But that's my video. Thank you all so much for joining me. Be sure to go check out Beth and Dede. I will have them linked down below. I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all.